I'm Junming.
And I Email Chang.
Today we will be doing two experiments based on the topic of center of gravity that we have chose. The first experiment would be regarding the polymoly toy, which is the toy that never topples. The second experiment, we would study the center of gravity with blocks. The center of gravity is a geometric property of any object, and it's also the average location of the weight of an object. We can completely describe the motion of any object through space in terms of the translation of the center of gravity of the object from one place to another, and the rotation of the object about its center of gravity if it's free to rotate. If the object is confined to rotate about some other point, like a hinge, we can still describe its motion. In flight, for example, both airplanes and rockets rotate about their centers of gravity. A kite, on the other hand, rotates about the bridle point, but the trim of a knife still depends on the location of the center of gravity relative to the bridle point, because for every object, the weight always acts through the center of gravity. Have you ever heard someone say that one of the advantages of being short and stocky is that you are less likely to get knocked over? They might have even mentioned that it's because the short and stocky person has a lower center of gravity. The center of gravity of an object is the point at which weight is evenly dispersed and all sides are in balance. A human's center of gravity can change as it takes on different positions, but in many other options, it's a fixed location. Like if you stand or if you sit, it's definitely different. As observed in the procedure video, we have filled this plastic egg with metallic beads such that it provides enough mass, and also stuffing tissues after filling the beads on top in order to ensure the beads remain at the bottom of the eggs. This plastic egg can be purchased anywhere, and we have also punctured the top in order to fill the stuff into the egg. This experiment is based on the polymoly toy. We have made one ourselves, like this egg, using recyclable items. Due to the mass below the center of hemisphere, whenever it is pushed, it wobbles for a few moments as it seeks the upright orientation, which has an equilibrium at the minimum gravitational potential energy. Therefore, it never topples. In conclusion, we have successfully conducted this experiment. Two experiments actually. One is to build this, our very own polymoly toy, using recyclable items. And the second experiment is to build that, to study the center of gravity. The experiment is successful, nobody got hurt, and everything went pretty well.